Long before humans learned to fear the dark learned to fear the gods. In the beginning, there was no sky, no earth, no light, only silence. Not the peaceful kind, but the kind that watches. From that silence, something stirred. The ancient Greeks called it chaos, but chaos was not empty. It was alive. It breathed slowly, endlessly, waiting for something to go wrong. And eventually, it did. From chaos came Nyx, the goddess of night. She did not walk, she drifted, leaving shadows wherever she passed. Even the other gods avoided her gaze, because Nyx did not rule the night. She was the night. When Nyx gave birth, she did not scream. The universe did. Her children were not gods of joy or hope. They were fear, pain, deception, and death. Each one spread across existence like a quiet disease. The gods of Olympus pretended not to notice. But night remembers everything. When Zeus took the throne of the gods, he believed power could silence the old fears. He ruled with thunder and lightning, demanding worship, obedience, and order. For a while it worked. Humans prayed, temples rose, myths were rewritten. But some truths cannot be buried, only delayed. One night, Zeus dreamed. In the dream, Olympus stood empty. The fires were cold, the thrones were cracked, and sitting in Zeus's chair was no god at all, only a shadow wearing his crown. When Zeus woke, lightning shook the sky. He summoned the gods. Athena spoke of strategy, Apollo searched for prophecy, Ares demanded war, but none of them could find the source of the dream, except one. Hades, god of the underworld, remained silent, because he had seen the shadow before. Deep beneath the earth, beyond the rivers of fire and forgetfulness, there exists a place even the dead avoid. A place with no punishment, no reward, only waiting. The Greeks called it the forgotten depths. There something ancient had begun to wake. Not a titan, not a god, something older than both. It had no name, because names give power, and the gods had refused to name it out of fear. But humans would later call it the listener. It did not speak, it did not move, it simply listened. To prayers, to lies, to secrets whispered in the dark, and it learned. As centuries passed, humans began to forget the gods. Temples crumbled, statues broke, prayers grew quiet. And with every forgotten prayer, the listener grew stronger. Nyx smiled. One by one, strange things began to happen. Oracles gave wrong prophecies. Heroes vanished without legends. Gods felt weaker. Zeus struck the earth with lightning, but the thunder sounded hollow. Power was leaving Olympus and going somewhere else. One night, a mortal child sat alone by a fire, telling a story to keep away the dark. That was a mistake, because the dark was listening. The flames flickered, the shadows leaned closer, and for the first time in eternity, the listeners spoke. Not with a voice, but with a thought placed gently inside the child's mind. The gods are not watching anymore. The child survived, but the story spread. Fear always spreads faster than truth. When the gods finally descended to confront the ancient being, they found no battlefield, no monster, only silence. And in that silence, they understood the truth. The listener did not want to destroy the gods. It wanted to replace them. Not with temples, not with thunder, but with stories. Stories whispered at night, stories told to children, stories that live longer than gods ever could. Zeus raised his lightning, and nothing happened. The sky did not answer. Nyx stepped forward. "The age of gods ends," she said calmly, "when humans stop believing they are afraid." The listener faded back into the dark, not defeated, but complete. The gods returned to Olympus, diminished, immortal, but irrelevant. And that is why, even today, when you turn off the lights, when your room feels just a little too quiet, when a shadow seems to stay longer than it should, you feel watched, not by gods, but by something older, something patient, something that listens. Because as long as stories are told in the dark, the listener is never truly asleep.